Before the lights and camera, it's all about action. So grab your hard hats. Today on The Express, we're taking you behind the curtain of BC's entertainment, recreation, and fashion scene. On today's show,
Usually brings us until around midnight.
Cultus Lake Water Park's big summer.
We have to travel with our own washer and dryers.
Cirque du Soleil's Quidam.
It looks like a giant ladder sticking out of the water.
Outdoor recreation. Kelowna's new Whiplash Cable Wake Park.
It's pretty odd. It's like an odd thing.
Indoor summer fun. Academie Duello's night school.
It is the most beautiful collection I think I've ever seen in my life.
And later, West Coast style. See that and more, local expression. Welcome to The Express, only on Chat TV. I'm Johanna Ward. This is it, our final show before we go to Go Vancouver. That's right, we're getting a new name, a new look, some new reporters for our new direction. So we thought for our final show that we'd go out with a big bang here in Abbotsford and take you behind the scenes at Cirque du Soleil's Quidam. Fantasy, mystery, magic. Cirque du Soleil's Quidam transforms the stage into a beautiful world of imagination. But who's responsible for transporting the stage, and what does that beast of a job entail as it travels around North America?
We'll have this all built in around 8 to 10 hours, but then we spend time with focusing lights, making sure the sound doesn't bounce off the walls in weird ways, and all that usually brings us until around midnight.
Move-in day is all hustle and bustle, but the stage crew aren't the only ones with a lot to piece together. Just as every bolt, screw, and beam has its place, so does every shoe, hat, and leotard. I recognize these shoes from the last time you guys were in town. I didn't realize at the time that they were Doc Martens. Even more surprised to find some hand-painted New Balance.
Yeah, definitely. We need to. We have specific needs for the show. Both aesthetic, as you can see, they're all hand-painted.
The shoes need to be functional too, depending on the role of the artist, just like the costumes.
80% of the fabric we'll receive at Cirque du Soleil will come white or off-white in that case. And then what we'll do is we'll treat it, we'll dye it, we'll silk screen it, or we'll hand-paint it to match our exact needs.
4 wardrobe specialists travel with the show.
And then we will hire 3 locals to help us with quick change, with all the steaming, the cleaning, the ironing. We have to travel with our own washer and dryers to be able to clean all of that and to maintain everything in good shape.
Quidam is running at the Abbotsford Entertainment Centre for just 4 days. Then they'll pack it up and do it all again next week in Victoria. It's a lot of hard work behind the scenes that the audience never sees. Still, Sheldon says it's all worth it.
You have a show and people tell you at the end of the show that it's the best show they've ever seen and they stand up and applause, you still get a shiver up your spine when it happens. It's fantastic.
Do you need a PA then? I guess that would be the logical question for me to ask now.
I'd love to have a PA.
Really?
Yeah. If anybody from Cirque is listening.
Okay. I could carry your hard hat when we're outside of this zone.
Yeah, I don't know if you smelled my hard hat, but I don't think you want to carry it around.
Just carry it up there.
Yeah, you might need a PA for the PA.
Okay.
Yeah, for the hard hat.
Sounds about right.
Yeah.
The website is cirquedusoleil.com/Quidam to get ticket information. It's showing here at the Abbotsford Entertainment Centre until September 2nd. After that, it moves on to Victoria, as we mentioned. Quidam, a place for dreaming. And we have another way to tap into your imagination up next on The Express. There's a place where Vancouver kids can sign up for night school during the day. That's because it's night with a K. Move over, cardboard swords, for something a little more authentic.
It's almost like you're going into a whole nother world. Way back then,
It's pretty odd. It's like an odd thing. You know, it's not your kind of run-of-the-mill summer camp, which is, I think, part of the coolness about it.
Night camp at Academie Duello in Vancouver can look like a scene out of Braveheart or A Knight's Tale. And that high-action atmosphere drew over 200 kids and teens to the program over this summer.
I think one of the great things about night camp is that you learn more each time you come.
This is something a little bit out of the ordinary, not something a lot of people do, but I think it's really cool that I'm getting to do this with other people.
Students strap on some armor, learn strategies, and implement what they've learned in battle scenarios. But the program isn't limited to fighting.
There's a really big martial aspect, and there's also a big chivalrous aspect, so meaning the conduct of the knights and the knowledge they would have had. So once the kids become more advanced, it becomes kind of personal, personal improvement, thinking about the world and kind of the other kids. So they deal with tactics and leadership and dance and courtly grace.
Every day begins with a review of the knightly virtues, and everyone discusses examples of those qualities.
They're showing how you should act and, the right way to act, but in kind of a knightly way, the way they did in the medieval ages. And I think that's really cool.
And I think it's very useful to learn about the virtues because we can not only follow them through here, we can do it in daily life. And I think that's really helped me in the past few years.
We see in the movies they're these big tough guys, and oftentimes I think they miss that gentlemanly aspect. It was hugely important, the really good, the manners and the courtesy that they need to show each other.
Instructors switch up activities all the time and provide students an opportunity to focus on their personal interests.
This isn't babysitting, right? I mean, I'm here to hopefully teach them something, and I think they understand that I'm being pretty honest with them, and they enjoy that, and I get a lot of kind of reciprocal interest and fun back from them.
A great way to see the latest fun happenings at Academie Duello is by checking out their Facebook and Twitter pages. I'm Paul McLellan in Vancouver for The Express.
Night school ends with this summer, but there are lots of ongoing classes that you can find out about at academieduello.com, including adult sword play, Victorian self-defense, and youth classes. The group's also going to be taking part in VCon at the end of September. That's the Science Fiction, Fantasy, and Gaming Convention. They'll be doing a demo and a workshop on how to write a fight scene. You're watching The Express, and we have more fantasy with Cirque Du Soleil's Quidam coming up, plus this high-flying fun.
It looks like a giant ladder sticking out of the water.
Whiplash Cable Wake Park.
I'm really excited to come up here.
The Whistler Air Dome. The Express. We are your local voice.
The Express is brought to you in part by Plum, fashion supplier to host Johanna Ward.